Assalamu alaikum. My name is Salim Siddiqui and you're watching a video series on the hotconflict.com website, and we're talking about Eid, the great celebration of the Muslims, Eid al-Akbar, or the Great Festival. And we were addressing the issue of Muslims like myself gathered all around the world in their individual cities, me being here in Houston with our families, and we've gone with all the other Muslims to bow our head down to the Lord and celebrate the praises of Allah, the Lord Most High. All of us facing towards Mecca, the holy house that Abraham and Ishmael built to celebrate the praise of the Lord, as Abraham challenged the earth that our Lord is the one who gives life and takes life, meaning the Lord Most High, Allah in Arabic meaning the actual God, capital G-O-D, the one who made the universe and everything that is in it. And we were continuing to talk about the simple fundamentals that all of this is by the plan of the Lord. That God created Adam and angels and jinns, or the other races, or interdimensional beings, or smokeless fire creation, and we've been talking about some of those things, but we want to stick with the fundamentals just for a second so that we don't get lost in the story. And that is that God would send prophets in chains bearing the word of the book, revealing the true light, and each one of the prophets would have signs and tell the story to the other prophets, and they were each trying to find the truth of the signs. And we got to the point in the story where we got to the prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, and we talked to you about some of the signs of recognizing a prophet and some of the important message that changed when the prophet Muhammad became a bearer of the light, because the story was coming to an end. Meaning that in the chain of prophets that God has planned in this story of the human race on this earth, at some point there's going to be a last prophet. And so we've been beginning to talk about the importance of that and how his messengership was for the whole world and why that was what it had to be. And then we talked about some stranger concepts like the prophet Muhammad was given the messengership for the other races. And we were continuing to say that you must stay focused on the truth of the story, which is that this is a battle not between one man and another man, but between light and dark. And we've been saying for this whole time that this is a battle between our race and the other races. Yet, from now on, we now know that the prophet Muhammad is the prophet to the other races. So from this point on, there are believers in the light out there somewhere. They're out there. Now that in and of itself is amazing, something that no one's told you, but the unfortunate, sad truth is always something stranger. That if we believe that there are good things out there, both angels and now even jinns, and we know that not everything is bad in the universe, we realize that there is also the dark. There is also something else out there that is malevolent, not good. And if we look at the story, we go back and see some of the signs. Now, quickly to get into some of the quick information, we said we're always going to maintain this, that we're in a battle of light versus dark. And that light is the reference to the Lord Most High, above and higher than anything He has created. Now, if He is truly the Lord Most High that we're talking about, the true actual God, not as some people have misguided you and said that Muslims believe in a false pagan God or an Arab God or a moon God, we said that Islam means to submit to the story of the truth of the light. And that a Muslim is an Arabic term for one who understands the story and submits. And we said that you are hearing this story for the first time ever in the English language, in a way that you have never heard it before. And of this very moment of my telling of the tale, it will be a point in history that is marked from this day on. Now that sounds so ridiculously arrogant, and so I say, please forgive me, and don't think that I'm being arrogant of myself. As I continue the tale, you'll know that I'm just a son of Adam. But the truth of the story, once you actually understand it, there is no doubt in the word of the Lord. In actually understanding the light, and I'm not claiming to be anybody better than anyone else, but I have the ability to tell you the tale, and for that there is a reason. But you still want to know about some of the strange, funky stuff, right? You still want to know about the weird stuff, admit it. You want to know some more about some of the jinns. You're saying, yeah, the light's kind of cool. I mean, tell me about the light, but wait a second, there's really aliens? You mean the blue genie in Aladdin? That dude's real? No, this isn't some kind of Hollywood kind of conspiracy theory. This is the story of the truth in a way you've never heard it before. We know that there are other races. Now, Satan, as we all term him, shaitan in Arabic, the term is so well known. He's known as someone who is reptilian by nature, able to morph. We said that the jinns are smokeless fire. Now, tales throughout time in history of man have shown us dragons, fire-breathing, some flying, and even Puff the magic dragon as a little indication to those of you who are paying attention to the story. Puff the magic dragon being what? A nice dragon, a reptoid that's cool. Can you believe that actually exists? Well, I'm saying that little funny thing because I don't want you to get so scared that you think, oh my God, there's aliens out there. I told you you were the superior race. But not because you are made of mud and clay, but because you understand the word and understand the story and perhaps listen on, and it might really make a difference. But because we said it's Eid, I'm gonna give a gift today for the Muslim community, right? I'm gonna give this caveat right now. If I'm telling you the stories and the mysteries of the universe, I should be able to answer a simple question that has been plaguing the common people. But I can't get there yet. I just want to give you a caveat. That Eid Mubarak for a special gift. Eid Mubarak on this auspicious occasion. Not from me, but from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's so funny. I will tell you how it works and then you'll understand what the gift is. So you want to know more about the jinns. Well, let's talk about a few little things that we understand. Now, in modern day terms, we've been trying to get back to the strangeness and saying, do not get confused in the Eastern and Western terminology. You are being given a noble, great thing today by the word that I am telling you. By Allah, I am swearing it. Today is a day unlike any other that you have ever heard. For the first time, and there is a reason, the understanding of the East is being transmitted to you in the West in the way that you can understand it. In a way that you can understand it. And so when we say jinns and interdimensional beings, and you have all these concepts of a genie granting wishes or doing things that seem like they're supernatural or beyond the power of mankind or greater than the technology at that time. Well, we've continued to tell a tale, and if you don't understand, we've made references to this all the way through the story to show how this has always been a factor and manipulated both in technology in the sense that there's a little glad tiding to my father in the way I just said that. What is it? Technology? I can't even say it the Indian way. My father is from India. Surprise, surprise. We'll get to that later. But the technology and both in their technology, listen to this, daddy, in their technology and in their abilities. In their technology and in their abilities. This is the thing that's important. And because of that, they have many abilities that are different than ours. And we said some are malevolent. And so what is it that modern day ufologists scream about and have been whistleblowing about that nobody is listening to them for? They come out and tell you that they have secret documents or contact with the alien races or government hiding information, and then other people say they've contacted some of the aliens and they've told them that people are being taken away and people are being abducted and there's strange things going on and kids are disappearing and cattle mutilations. And so all of this current information is there. So then I must be able to tell you the very words that the prophet told us.